Some of you may not have heard of Texas v. Becerra, and so I want to take some time to explain what this lawsuit is and why it matters to all Americans. Texas v. Becerra is a lawsuit with 17 states, including Texas, that are suing the United States government to get rid of Section 504. 504 is an important law that protects people with disabilities. It says you can't discriminate against disabled people in places like schools, hospitals, doctor's offices. You have to make accommodations and you have to accept those with disabilities. Most commonly, people see Section 504 apply in schools with students. An example, a list of these disabilities that are covered under Section 504 follows things like ADHD, allergies, asthma, cancer, diabetes, dyslexia, epilepsy, hearing impairment, hemophilia, learning disabilities, obesity, skin disorders, Tourette's, trauma, visual impairment. There's a lot of things that Section 504 covers. And odds are you have a family member or a friend or a neighbor or somebody who has one of these disabilities. It covers a wide range of disabilities. So it is very important in protecting not only our children, but also as adults. Often in schools, this would allow kids to have extra time for testing, access to elevators if they need that, speech to text, or things that will read to them the websites and screens and things like that. They just make accommodations so that they can also get an education like everybody else. But this will also extend to hospitals and doctors' offices. They need to make accommodations for them as well. For example, doctors and schools must have sign language interpreters for people who are deaf and hard of hearing who sign. Videos must have captions. Websites for schools and hospitals must work for people who are blind and low vision. Doctors and hospitals cannot stop helping someone because they have a disability. Doctors and hospitals must have tools and machines that work for wheelchair users. This includes machines that check for cancer. And again, this is not a comprehensive list. This is just some examples of how this law protects people. So why are 17 states suing to get rid of it? Well, originally it seems that these states disagreed with a few of the things in the Section 504 rules, but the lawsuit asked the court to get rid of all updated rules, and they want to declare it unconstitutional to protect the rights of disabled Americans. This is what the lawsuit is saying. It is not asking to get rid of specific items. It wants the entire thing gotten rid of. All of Section 504. So if you're thinking, that's not right, that's not fair, how can we declare these protections, these civil rights, unconstitutional for our fellow Americans with disabilities? Well, here's what you can do if you want to take action. What you can do to help. If you are in one of the 17 states, and those states are Alaska, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. If you are in one of those 17 states, you need to contact your state attorney general. In order to do so, you can go to this link right here. It has all the contact information, okay? So it tells you the name, it gives you an email, and it gives you a phone number, and you even have a website to contact, okay? So you're going to click on the email. If you want to send an email, I would encourage you to do both, email and call, okay? On this page here, which I will include the link to all these websites on the video, on here also tells you exactly how to write that letter and what to say on a phone call, okay? In the letter, it's very important that you state your name, why you support Section 405, how it might impact you, your loved ones, or Americans as a whole. Explain why you disagree with it, and then you tell your attorney general to drop out of the case or withdraw. If they're in it, tell them to withdraw, because the lawsuit as it states is saying that the whole thing is unconstitutional, not just parts of it, the whole thing. So you need to tell them to withdraw from this lawsuit, okay? This includes example letters, example email that you can send. It also has an example call script, because if you're like me, calling people is not the most pleasant thing, but having a script in front of you while you make that phone call makes it so much easier. So I highly, highly encourage you to take 10 minutes out of your day. And the more people that do this, the more we tell them, the more they will pay attention, the more our voices will be heard, and we can make a difference together. Now, if you're in one of the states that isn't part of the lawsuit, all the rest of you guys here in gray, you can still contact your attorney general to let them know that you still support Section 504, okay? Because if this lawsuit, if it gets awarded, if the 17 states win, and this is declared unconstitutional, that impacts the states that are not part of this lawsuit as well, okay? So this is a federal rule. Section 504 is at a federal level. That goes away. That's affecting every state, all Americans in the U.S., okay? So if you are in a state that is not part of the lawsuit, please still contact your attorney general as well and let them know you support Section 504 and encourage them to support Section 504. Also, the best way to help is the more people we can get calling and emailing and speaking out against this and standing up for people's civil rights, the better. So please share this video, share the website, share the resources, get the word out, encourage everyone to take action. And again, I will include all the links in here, okay, at the end of the video, so you've got them. But this is a very important lawsuit, and we all need to pay attention to.